Hello, good day. My name is Ukazu, the number one human capacity coach in the world. I'll repeat that. My name is Ukazu, the number one self-discovery and purpose coach in the world. So today we shall be discussing a very great topic today. And I want to make this disclosure, right? I am not a marriage counselor, neither am I a marriage therapist or a relationship therapist. Rather, I am a human capacity coach. But because my job entails me to know about human beings, because as a self discovery coach and a purpose coach, you have to know about human beings. So today, we shall be talking about how to handle a failed relationship or marriage. Right? Today, we shall be discussing about how to handle a failed marriage or relationship. All right, like I said earlier on, I am not an expert in marriage issues. Okay, even though I'm a counselor, but I'm going to speak from the angle of a self discovery and a purpose coach because this is part of my job. People come to me on issues concerning marriage or issues about relationship. So I don't know what your challenge is or your problem, but trust me, if you can give me your ears in the next 15 minutes, you will see value in what I'm talking about. So let's begin. I want to say this to everyone who's listening to me right now, okay? You need to be happy before marriage. Let me repeat that. You need to be happy before marriage. Otherwise, you will never be happy in marriage. You need to be happy before marriage. Otherwise, you will never be happy in marriage. Now, most times people think that there are reasons why you get married. Let me say, for instance, for ladies, ladies think if you get into marriage, you'll be happy. No, marriage will never make you happy. You only receive compliments in marriage. The same is applicable to men. Marriage does not make you happy. Rather, marriage compliments you. And let me share this with you. So I'm a storyteller, right? So when I was in college in Nigeria, I was still in law school then. A friend of mine reached out to me, said, Henry, you are one of the most handsome guys and one of the most loved guys on campus. Why don't you have a girlfriend? I said, and I asked him, okay, why do I need a girlfriend? He said, because you're a nice guy and ladies will like you. But more importantly, he said that women will make you happy. And God be so kind, on that fateful day, I had a book I was reading. The book is titled Happiness is an Inside Job. And I asked him that question, and I asked him the question, are you telling me today now, without your current girlfriend, you will not be happy? He now took a deep breath. He says, wow, that is good. That's a good thought. He said, well, he'll be happy, but ladies will come there to give him more happiness. I said, yes, now you are speaking the language that ladies will only come into your life to compliment you. Let me say this, right? If you're not happy, you can't give happiness. So if naturally as a man you are not happy, it will be hard for a lady to come into your life. And if as a lady you're not happy, it will be hard naturally for a man to come into your life. Because everybody will always go to what he or she likes. That is, that attraction must be there. So that is why it's always good for you to be happy before you get into marriage, because marriage can never make you happy. Rather, marriage will complement you to be happy. All right. So today I'll be giving you guys just two secrets. Number one is secrets to a healthy marriage or relationship. And then two, how to handle a failed marriage or relationship. So I'm going to begin by talking about how to handle a failed relationship before I now talk about the secret, because it's good to identify the problems first before you get the solutions. All right. So number one is you have to know yourself. Self-discovery is very, very important. You have to know yourself before you get into marriage. Many ladies don't know themselves. They just want to rush into marriage. I want to get married. Why? Because my friends are getting married. You have to know yourself. As a man or as a lady, you have to know yourself. That is very, very, very important. Once you know yourself, you will actually know what you need in marriage. Number two, you need to have boundaries. Boundaries are very important. Even in marriage or friendship, in whatever you're doing in life, you must have boundaries. As a man or as a lady, you must communicate your ideas to your man or to your lady. You must communicate to your partner, because without communication, it will be hard for you to thrive in marriage or in a friendship. So boundaries are very, very, very important. And let me tell you, men will surely disappoint you. Women will surely disappoint you. Human beings by nature will disappoint you. So you have to get that straight, because once you know that people will disappoint you, then you will be able to adjust yourself, right? So marriage entails a lot. But what are the things that you can do to make marriage work? These are questions that we need to ask ourselves, because some people have said there is no secret to marriage, while some have said there's a secret to marriage. So if I ask you, do you think there's a secret to marriage or friendship? I strongly believe that in everything we do in life, there is a secret. Without secret, you will not be able to solve the problem. Let me say, for example, now, if you want to know how Facebook works, you have to ask Mark Zuckerberg. If you want to know how Microsoft works, ask Bill Gates. If you want to know how iPhone works, probably you have to ask the late Steve Jobs, because these were the inventors. So every problem in life has a solution. So if you have a key, you can easily open a door. But if you have the wrong key, the key will never open. That is how human being is. So in marriage, there is a secret. In friendship, there is a secret. Just like if you are solving mathematical problems, without the formula, you will not be able to solve or arrive at the right answers. So I strongly believe that marriage has a solution. Friendship has a secret. And that is that secret I'm going to share with you guys for those of you who want to know more about marriage or friendship. So I'm going to begin from the angle of a Christian, from a Christian perspective. So as a Christian, we are being taught in the Bible, in Ephesians 5 verse 21, it says, submit yourself to one another. That word is universal. Submit yourself. That word again, I repeat, is universal. So as a man, you must submit yourself to your friend, to your partner. As a lady, you must submit yourself to a man. That word is very, very important. Ephesians 5:22. No, Ephesians 5:21, it says, submit yourselves to one another. As a Christian, I strongly believe, and again, the Bible said it, that when two are joined together, they become one. So in marriage, you don't say, I am the head. Yes, the men are the head, the women are the neck. Remember, it is where the neck goes, then the head will go. But biblically, we're told that the men are the head. So the Bible makes us understand that women must submit to their wives, to their husband. If you look at Ephesians 5:22, it says, wife, submit yourself to your husband, because the man has authority over you. That is what the Bible says in Ephesians 5:22. So wives have to submit themselves first to the man. Is universal principle of Bible and life generally. Okay, so but now I'm speaking about marriage. Wives have to submit themselves. But as a man, I will tell you as a man, okay, you have to give your wife something to submit to. You will not just claim I am the head of the house, I am the authority. Bible says I have authority over you. Then you start acting so funny. No, as a man, you must do your job. And one of the job entails you providing for your family, being responsible, being aware of what is happening in your family. Be responsible, that is the word. Provide for your family. In the Bible, it is being said that a man who cannot provide for his family is worse than an infidel. So, as if as a man you have no job, at least common sense entails that you have to work with your wife, do some house chores or do something to support your wife. Don't say, oh, I'm the man, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to support. All right, because you're not providing. So once you're providing, naturally the woman will submit to you. But I'm going to share with you one cardinal principle that I think if every man should adopt it, he will have a good home. And if every woman should adopt it, she will have a good home. And what is that principle? What a man needs in his life is respect. And what a woman needs in her life is love. So, men, if you want to love your wife, if you want to gain respect, you have to love your wife. And women, if you want your man to love you, you have to respect your man. So men love respect while women love care. That is the bottom line of marriage. One of the bottom lines. So men love your wife and women respect your man. That is how it should be. So if we move forward again, then in the book of, I think, Ephesians 5:23, it says, a man has authority over his wife, right? A man has authority over his wife. So as a lady, you have to know that you are not alone, that the shield covering you is the man. The man is the one that married you. So you have to obey the man. You have to respect the man. Even though the man is wrong, obey before sacrifice. It's in the Bible. Listen to the man. That is biblical. Regardless of what he say, whether it makes sense or it doesn't make sense, just obey. Personally, in my home, I've always told my wife that, look, in this house, in this home, the rule is the best interest judgment. I'm not going to say because I'm the man, whatever I say will be the ultimate. No. If I submit my ideas and you submit your ideas, they will now look at it and say which one is the best. They will now adopt it. But sometimes we've seen that sometimes ladies want to show that they are domineering, they have power, they could do this, they could do that. But it doesn't work that way. Marriage is two unions coming together to be one. During the COVID, right, I did a webinar on sex in marriage, money in marriage, communication in marriage, conflicts in marriage, expectations in marriage. There are many topics I did on marriage. I even did the secret to marriage. So if you have time, I would strongly advise you to go and watch those webinars. They're on YouTube, they're on Facebook, they're on Instagram. Go to my IGTV Live, you will see them. So I have these topics out there. They are great topics. But one topic I want to share now is the issue of money in marriage, right? So I can remember saying during that topic, I said in marriage, right, it is not her money, it is not his money, it is our money. Why? Because both of you have been joined together. So also again, I spoke about communication in marriage. Communication is the bedrock of marriage. As a man, you must communicate your ideas to a woman. And as a woman, you must communicate your ideas to your man or to your partner. Because nobody knows what you have in your heart or in your mind. So if you don't speak out, how will the man know? How will the man know? So communication is the bedrock of marriage. I think the reason why we have failed marriages is because parties were not able to communicate. No matter what it is, you both of you must sit down and analyze the issues. What is it? I strongly believe that there is no problem that cannot be solved. Every problem has a solution. It's like having a problem or you have a key. If you don't have the right key, you will never open the door, no matter how you try. So that is how life is. You must have the right key to solve any problem. So when both of you communicate, trust me, you guys will go a longer way to resolve any issues. There is nothing more than communication in marriage. Communication is the most ultimate. Even in your bedroom, you communicate. In your finance, you communicate. In your social life, you communicate. In your spiritual life, you communicate. Boundaries, you communicate. I spoke about boundaries earlier on. You communicate. So communication is very, very important, right? So let me proceed more again. In Ephesians 5:24, it says that wives, submit yourself to the husband. Remember, in Ephesians 5:22, it says, wife, submit yourself. Again, in verse 24, it says, wife, again, submit yourself completely to your husband. Then verse 25 now says, husbands, love your wife. So once you submit yourself, men, the onus is now on you to love your wife. Verse 28 now says again, men ought to love their wife. So you can see that the Bible itself is balanced. In verse 21 in Ephesians, it says that submit yourselves to one another. Verse 22 now says, wives, submit yourself to your husband. Verse 23 now says, for a man has authority over you. Verse 24 now says, wives, submit yourself completely to your husband. Verse 25 now says, husbands, love your wives. And verse 28 now says, men ought to love their wives. So you see, it's balanced in two-way sides, both the loving from the man and the respect also. So a man has two roles to play, while a woman has two roles to play. So it's balanced. It's two. Like you guys can see how I've been able to tabularize it. So what am I trying to say is that these things I strongly believe are the secrets to marriage. Now there are other things again that you can discuss. But I think if you guys can work on this, I think it will go a longer way to resolve issues. Now today's topic is not about for men to know how to make a woman happy, a woman how to make a man happy, or the secret to marriage. No, I'm talking about how to handle a failed relationship. And some of the things we shall be discussing is how can we handle these issues? How can we handle these issues? So now, if you have a failed marriage or a failed friendship, right? How can we handle this issue now? That is what I'll be discussing with you guys now. The first step I want you guys to know is that, first of all, you need to accept that it's over, right? That is first thing. Accept the heartbreak. As a man or as a lady, you must accept that it is over. Tell yourself the humble truth. Stop living in illusion. Tell yourself it is over, it is over. That is first thing. Sometimes you may have a heartbreak or a failed marriage, but sometimes people keep lingering over. It's okay, hopefully he might come back, she'll come back. If it is over, it is over. Number two, just so you know, human beings will disappoint you. Trust me, as far as you are living on earth, human beings will surely disappoint you. As a married man, your wife will disappoint you. As a married woman, your husband will disappoint you. As a friend, you will receive disappointments. Even as a family member, you must surely be disappointed in one way or the other. Why? Because we are all human beings. So just know that human beings will surely disappoint you. Once you have it at the back of your mind, I strongly believe that it will help you to have a better future in life. Number three, trust that these two shall pass. What does that really mean? You must have hope. Believe in the future. Have hope. Don't think, oh, because the man has left you or the man has left you, your world has come to an end. Nope. Your world has not come to an end. He is just a human being. Who made you? God made you. Right? So don't put your hope on man. Rather put your hope on God. So trust the future that these two shall pass. It's not the end of life. Right? It is not the end of life. Another point I want to tell you again is that you must respect yourself. You must respect yourself. But many couples don't really know this. You must respect yourself. Even in friendship, you must respect yourself. How do I mean by respecting yourself? You cannot control somebody. As a man, you can't control your wife. As a woman, you can't control your man. Rather, the best thing you could do is to influence them with your actions. That is why I always preach about communication. Once you communicate with your friend or with your partners, it will be easier for you guys to literally understand yourself. But above all, the number one cardinal principle that I think that can help you guys in a friendship or in a marriage is to love yourself. I have discovered in life that many people don't love themselves. Many people are hard on themselves. You don't have to be hard on yourself. You have to love yourself. So if you know that the marriage or the friendship has packed up, now the best thing you can do in life is to love yourself. You cannot kill yourself for anyone. You can never. Love yourself. That is why I began by telling you that I am a self-discovery coach. I am your number one purpose and self-discovery coach. The first thing in life is for you to love yourself. Even in the Bible, it says, love yourself first before you love human beings. If you don't love yourself, how will you love people? So if a man or a woman has left you, the onus is on you to love yourself. Once you love yourself, people will not begin to love you. But if you hate yourself and you're hard on yourself, it will be hard for people to literally appreciate you. So my friends, I don't know if anybody has any question on Facebook or Instagram. Please feel free to ask me a question. I strongly believe this is a topic people need to know because everyone is dealing with one thing or the other. Everybody is dealing with one form of trial in marriage, in friendship. Everyone is dealing with it. Don't think that I am speaking here, I have a perfect marriage or a perfect friendship. Never. I don't have a perfect marriage. I don't know what can happen to my marriage tomorrow. It could pack up, but I pray it doesn't pack up. That is why every day by day, you have to continually invest in your friendship, invest in your marriage, communicate your ideas, your thoughts. Try to study your partner because nothing is guaranteed in life. Nothing. Trust me. We have seen people who were the best of the best. They packed up. I think earlier this year we saw how Bill Gates and the wife packed up their marriage. Now people will think, oh, money is the ultimate in a marriage, but this was one of the most richest men in the world. His marriage packed up. So there's a lot of friction that goes into marriage. So that is why it's always good to communicate with your partner, know what is going on, share your thoughts to him or her, let them understand. So nobody have it all together. For marriage to work, you must be intentional and deliberate. It is not for one person. The two parties must come together to make sure that they invest in it. If you're thinking that, oh, I am the man, I'm the head of the house, my marriage must surely work because of me, that is not the best. Two cannot work unless they agree. So even though you carry the marriage on your head and your wife is not giving her support, it will not go nowhere. And as a lady, you said, oh, I'm the wife, I have to be patient, I have to do this, I have to do that. And you decide to carry your marriage on your head or your friendship, and your man is not willing to support you, you will burn out, you will crash. Because both of you need each other to survive. God was not foolish when he created Adam and Eve. Even when he made Adam, he says, man shall not live by bread alone. That was his word in the Bible. All right? So it is always important that we know ourselves and we know our strength. What did God now do? God now made Eve. First of all, he now made Adam to sleep. So he now took the rib from Adam when Adam was in a deep sleep. When Adam saw Eve, he said, oh, this is the bone of my bone, the flesh of my flesh. He knew that something has left him. The woman is now there to complement him. Rather, the woman did not come there to show him I am the boss. The woman came in to complement him. Both of them now become one. But like I said earlier on, the Bible makes us understand that the man is the head of the house. So the woman have to be under the man. The woman have to respect the man, and the man has to love the wife. So that is why I said marriage is a union between a man and a woman. Both of you are one, right? And you guys must try your best to make sure that you do what you are supposed to do. So I don't know if any of you have had any experience of any relationship or marriage. If you have any experience, whether it is negative or positive, what I will tell you is this: do not be hard on yourself. Take it as an experience. Take it as a learning curve. That if I'm going into a new friendship, I will try to add value to my life. I will learn from my mistakes that happen and see how I can make it much better. You must understand why you broke up. You must tell yourself the truth. Stop living in illusion. Work on yourself by adding values. When you add value to yourself, people will come to appreciate you more. But if you pack up your friendship or your marriage and you still have that same attitude, trust me, you will not improve and people won't come close to you. It will be rare for people to come close to you when you have a funny behavior. Most times we have a blind spot, meaning that we don't see our shortfalls or our weakness. It's somebody that will tell you, this is your shortfall, this is your weakness. So what am I trying to say? Marriage, friendship, relationship, in whatever form you may define it, is not easy. You must make time and effort to make sure that both of you do the best you can in order to have a very, very fruitful relationship or marriage. So my very good friends, I don't know if I've been able to add any value to both of you, but I do know that with the little you have said, if you can apply it in your friendship or in your marriage, it will go a longer way to help you. Like I said, I am not a marriage counselor. I am not a relationship therapist. Rather, I am a human capacity coach. And my expertise is on self-discovery and purpose. I've been able to share with you some of the things that I think that can literally help you to have a very blissful friendship or marriage. If you have any specific questions, please feel free to share with me, either on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, or even on YouTube, because this video will be live on YouTube and it will be out there for you guys to literally watch I am here to share with you to make you live a better life. We don't have a perfect life anywhere. Neither do we have a perfect marriage or perfect friendship. No matter what you've gone through, people have gone through you. Rather, it is how you manage it. Trust me, every marriage has its own challenge. The problem is that good people don't come out to speak about their marriages. I wrote an article last week, right? Requirements of a successful journey. You guys can look through it. In that article, I said that success could mean so many things. It could be that you've had 10 years in marriage, 20 years in marriage, 30 years in marriage, or even 50 years in marriage. It's a huge success. People don't celebrate their success in marriage. That's a challenge we have. But you will see when there's a negative stuff in marriage, that is what the world will be seeing. So if people who have been able to celebrate 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50 years in marriage, trust me, the world will be a better place. We will see that marriage is not a scam, that marriage is a blissful experience. So, my very good friends, I hope I've been able to convince you, but not to confuse you, that marriage is good. So, I don't know any question you may have. I've been able to do my best. So, I look forward to seeing you guys next week. So, for now, take care and have a blissful weekend. This is Mr. Ukazu, live from New York City. Take care and see you next week. Bye.